the tests you said we need to do at the beginning of every year, at least every year.
Yeah. At the beginning of every year, I think every individual should, you can have a pen and paper right now. I'm going to mention them, but I'm giving a clause here. It's not enough to carry out this test. You need to have a medical doctor help you analyze your test results. You understand? Because if I tell you to go do this test, you carry out all of them and you have the results in your hands, then what happens next? You wasted your money, you wasted your time. You should have a doctor that would help you interpret your results. So number one, I'm listing them: the full blood count or complete blood count. A full blood count, it tells us a lot about your blood. It tells us about your PCV. It tells us about your white blood cell count. It tells us about your platelets and a whole lot. Then the next thing you want to do is your kidney function test. Kidney function test, very important. In addition to that, for those of us who can't really afford that one, maybe now you can do a urinalysis. Urine analysis is called urinalysis. The next one would be a liver function test. Liver function test. And if you know that you take alcohol and you haven't done a liver function test, then you are sitting on a time bomb.
Hey, God.
If you I know I have a lot of people who do this and they listen to me. If you know that you take alcohol and you haven't done a liver function test, you are sitting on a time bomb. Get a liver function test.
30 December.
My brother.
I saw somebody, a friend of mine, put up a post on Instagram. Which part of your body is going to suffer this December? Someone said my liver.
I don't know if we can do this. I just feel like maybe every quarter, some people should just take an excursion. Go on an excursion to a teaching hospital around you. When you see things,
especially the accident, A&E, accident emergency.
You don't no A&E, no problem. The wards, anyone,
okay.
Just go, travel in, go to the medical wards, female medical, the main medical, and see things. Go to the surgical wards, orthopedic wards. Then you understand the reason why you shouldn't drink and drive. There's a lot going on. So if you know you take alcohol, I beg you, go do a liver function test. Then the other one again would be your fasting blood sugar. It's called the fasting blood sugar, meaning you check your blood sugar. You don't eat in the morning, and you go do your fasting blood sugar. Some people will tell you to check your glycated hemoglobin. Don't worry for that. Please, just leave that one here. Leave that. Don't worry. Okay. Then the other one again, I hope I'm not forgetting, your lipid profile. Fasting lipid profile. Fasting lipid profile tells us a lot about your cholesterol and the other ones. And then what else again?
Okay, the ones for the females, male only and female
so
only.
This is just general. This is general. Now for the males, if you are above 40 and you are a man, you should get yourself screened for prostate cancer. PSA, prostate specific antigen. PSA, prostate specific antigen. Then for the women, you should screen yourself for cervical cancer. If you know you have engaged in sexual intercourse and you are a woman, you should screen yourself for cervical cancer screening. Okay. We have the pap smear, we have the HPV DNA testing, whichever one. But you should get yourself screened for cervical cancer. Extremely important. If you know that you have engaged in intercourse, please do so. Furthermore, I want to advise you to get yourself screened for breast cancer, mammogram or ultrasound, breast ultrasound scan, especially when you are above, I think it's 40. Mammogram, breast ultrasound scan.
Okay. HIV and AIDS.
Yeah, very important. HIV and hepatitis too. Yes. Okay. Listening, I think 2024, you need to sit down and ask yourself, what would happen to me if I drop dead? What happens if I collapse? And this is why, again, selfishness. Look at the job. Okay, my job is 8 to 5 p.m. When it's 5 p.m., you have to leave.
Immediately.
See, no problem. Because we're in a system where if anything does happens to you, your replacement is at the door. It's without any apology right now. It's not as if we hate you. The system needs to move without you. So there is somebody waiting, and that is why you must, capital letter must, you must sit down and tell yourself, I must take my health very seriously this year.
You must sit down and tell yourself you must take your health very seriously this year. And I used to joke. I know age is part of it, but I used to joke that when I finally moved over permanently, my baby was black. But I know age is part of it anyway. But this thing of sleeping, I got into a public bus one of those early days in Lagos.
Yes.
And I happened to work near a particular BRT station. So one of my colleagues, a blind guy, took me there. Doesn't see, but he took me there. Hellbound took me there. Smart guy. And so I did everything, got inside, sat down. I looked around, and I saw what you said. Everybody was sleeping.
Everybody.
Doesn't.
And you try to fight it. You try, and like, no, I just have to sleep. You try to fight it, not sleeping in the bus, but you end up sleeping.
And I heard someone tell him. So I got back to the office, and I shared this story that, I took public transportation. I got into a bus, and it's been a long time since I took bus, and things have improved, and all that. In Lagos, I remember the first time I had to chase bus in Lagos many years ago, but that's another story. And I said, I saw everybody sleeping in, and people started laughing at me. And then
one way to know if you are sleep deprived is when you sleep without even being able to control it. So if you know you're in the bus and you just sleep off those, or somebody taps you, we're at a bus stop, just know that you are sleep deprived, and there are consequences for sleep deprivation. These are stuff you also want to take into consideration in the year 2024. There are consequences. I tell those working in the account department, those working in the medical, in those very technical areas, you can't afford messing up with your mental state, with your brain at least, because you're working with finance, you're working with people's health. Okay, in the medical sector, we already know that doctors and most health workers are sleep deprived, and we are also talking about this. You can't allow a doctor who is sleep deprived to manage you, because the chances of making error is high. And people are more concerned. A doctor is not asleep, and I feel cool with it. People are not really bothered about it, but you don't understand the severity and the dangers that this thing poses to your health. So everybody listening to me, I think in 2024, you again need to sit down and tell yourself, okay, I'm not sleeping from Monday to Friday. Weekends, I have to do something about it.
Shut down.
Total shutdown.
So what I use, people call me on the phone. Where do people? I say shut down. I can relate with medical doctors because I spent quite a number of time in a teaching hospital. My dad was on a mission many times. I got to know and have friends who are doctors. Got to know the stress, especially in the public sector, that doctors go through.
Yeah.
Do we need? I think we have an issue in Lagos that the government of Lagos State, led by the Commissioner for Health, Professor Abayomi, and maybe the governor too, needs to see how they can. Lagos needs an extra weekend. Yes.
No, what I think,
Lagos needs an extra. That's number one. I feel Lagos needs, not an extra weekend, but he laughed. But Lagos needs one day a month where the state government declared sleep day, because it's a problem. That's my number one. I think Lagos State needs to decree that work closes at 4 p.m. an hour early. I don't know, because it is a serious issue in this state.
It might not be possible, but what I think we need 4 days work week, number one, and most organizations need to start moving into the remote work.